Episode 7, His Empire, Her Trial. Audrey slipped into one of the elegant gowns and heels Leslie had once bought for her. The fabric felt foreign against her skin, luxurious, expensive, powerful. Her parents were out when she left, and perhaps that was a blessing. She did not need their questions. She did not need their doubts. But as the cab sped through the city, her confidence wavered. Could she really do this? By the time the vehicle pulled up before the towering skyscraper, a shiver of fear and anticipation spiraled down her spine. She stepped out slowly, paid the driver, and lifted her gaze to the structure above. It was colossal, immaculate, intimidating. First, there had been LS Paradise, the empire she had once stepped into like a trespasser in a king's court. And now this. How many fortresses did Leslie Russel command? The car drove off, leaving her alone before the sterile, silent building. Not a single soul lingered outside. The glass facade reflected her small figure back at her, and for a moment, she almost turned away. "You can do this, Audrey." Drawing in a steadying breath, she walked toward the entrance, her heels clicking sharply against the pavement. The sound felt too loud in the quiet. Perhaps the heels had been a mistake, but she wanted to look worthy. She wanted, ridiculously, to impress a man who no longer remembered her. The moment she stepped inside, the atmosphere shifted. Cold air wrapped around her. The lobby was vast, digital screens lining the walls, polished floors gleaming beneath sophisticated lighting. This was not her world. Employees moved with precision, women with sleek hairstyles and poised strides, men in tailored suits and immaculate shoes. Their expressions were disciplined, their steps purposeful. Power lived here. Security stopped her at the entrance. After a brief verification process, she was allowed through, though no one spared her a second glance. She felt invisible. Her fingers tightened around her purse as nerves rippled beneath her skin. She stood frozen, unsure of where to go, when a woman approached her with a composed smile. "I guess you're Audrey," the woman asked, assessing her quickly. "Why, yes," Audrey replied, forcing steadiness into her voice. "Ready?" Audrey blinked. "Yes." "Good, follow me." They walked through a long corridor lined with sleek doors and tinted glass partitions. The deeper they went, the heavier Audrey's heartbeat became. "You look nervous," the woman observed casually. "A little," Audrey admitted. "Ever worked in a place like this before?" Audrey hesitated. Lying would be foolish. "I've worked before, but not as a secretary and certainly not for someone like Leslie Russel." The woman's brow lifted slightly. "I see. Well, you're here now, don't mess this up." Her tone sharpened. "Leslie doesn't tolerate nervousness. He considers it incompetence." Audrey's stomach tightened. She had heard something similar before from his driver. "He's not a bad boss," the woman continued, "but he's authoritative, brash, commanding. He doesn't do warmth." Audrey swallowed. "The only way to survive him is to be efficient. Anticipate his needs. Do not fumble. Every woman wants this position, but very few can handle it." They stopped before a grand door. The woman pushed it open. The office beyond was sleek and luxurious. Dark wood, expansive windows, leather furnishings. It radiated power. "This is your office," the woman said, gesturing inward, "and the next one belongs to him." Audrey's gaze drifted to the adjoining door. "It's just the two of you here." "Is he around?" Audrey asked carefully. "No, the door would be open if he were. He should arrive shortly. He rarely misses a day, especially now with an ongoing project." Audrey exhaled slowly. Could she face him like this, after everything? "Oh, I didn't introduce myself," the woman added. "I'm McKenzie." "Nice to meet you," Audrey said sincerely. "When he arrives, brew his coffee, extra creamer. Everything you need is in that cupboard." McKenzie pointed toward a cabinet near the wall. "Introduce yourself properly, and remember, he won't be gentle." Audrey nodded. "Good luck," McKenzie said with a small smile before leaving the room. The door shut. Silence flooded the space. Audrey's composure cracked the moment she was alone. McKenzie's presence had been grounding. Now, the emptiness felt suffocating. Leslie. She had not seen him since before the accident, since before the silence, since before he forgot her. Her heart pounded violently against her ribs. What if he looked at her and saw nothing? What if he dismissed her like a stranger? She scanned the office again, memorizing its details. The arrangement of files, the scent of leather and polished wood, the quiet hum of distant electronics. She moved to sit at her desk. Her hands trembled as she reached for the drawer. Suddenly, the door burst open. Audrey jerked violently, her eyes flying wide as her pulse spiked. Heavy footsteps crossed the room. The air shifted. Commanding. Dominant. Dangerous. And even before she lifted her gaze, she knew. The kingpin had arrived. Would the most ruthless mafia see her as a stranger, or... Subscribe now and click on the bell button to get all notifications of episodes. Like, comment, and share. Your ideas matter to me.